it's me, Germa, again. I'm going to talk a little bit about the whole subject of Good Friday. And basically, Good Friday is when supposedly that's the day we celebrate Jesus' death for the sins of the whole world. And it's considered a Good Friday because that's when our redemption was purchased, and Christ gave himself a ransom for everybody, for the sin of the whole world. The only thing I really take issue with is, the Bible says that he was in the grave for 3 days and 3 nights between his death and his resurrection, which supposedly happened on Sunday morning, which the record in, I think it's in, I'm trying to think, is it in Matthew's Gospel maybe? Yeah, Matthew 28, I believe, is when it says that he woke up on the first day of the week, he resurrected, and the tomb was empty just before dark on the first day of the week when Mary Magdalene came and saw the empty tomb. So we know from that record that he was, of course, resurrected on a Sunday morning. But just how do you get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday afternoon to Sunday morning? That's impossible. My hunch is that the only way to get 3 days and 3 nights is if he was crucified on a Wednesday. Okay, you have Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. Saturday wouldn't count as a full night because, he rose from the dead before sunrise. So he was either crucified on a Wednesday or Thursday. I guess, if you want to count Saturday night, then he would be crucified on a Thursday. But it could not have been on a Friday. But then again, perhaps I'm missing something, and maybe somebody can explain it to me. Now, of course, it's irrelevant as far as what day it was that he was crucified, because it doesn't change the meaning of his death, burial, and resurrection. But it's still an interesting thing to talk about and ponder and think about. Even though at the end of the day it's irrelevant. It's not a gospel issue, of course, whether anyone believes he was crucified on a Friday or whether he did or did not rise again on a Sunday. The point is, we know that he rose again, and we know that he died for the sins of the world, and he did rise again, and that he was buried, of course. That's the important thing. Regardless of what day of the week you believe that happened, it doesn't really matter. But again, it's still a good thing to talk about. It's an interesting thing. So I'm thinking at this point, it's my humble opinion, that he was probably crucified on a Wednesday or Thursday. Count Saturday night as a whole night, then it would have to be 1, 2, 3. Well, you see, that couldn't have happened either. It couldn't have been crucified on a Thursday, because according to the record, the scriptures, he would be in the tomb for 3 days and 3 nights. Sorry, my math has gotten wrong. So he was probably crucified on a Wednesday then, because if you count, Thursday afternoon would mark 24 hours, Friday afternoon would mark 48 hours, Saturday afternoon would mark 72 hours. That's 3 days. Now, it's also possible in Jewish customs that they would count a full day on that same day. I don't know. That is one possibility. But if they don't, then he would probably he would be crucified on a Wednesday. And then you'd still get 3 full nights. It was still Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So 3 full nights in the grave. All day Saturday, 3 full days. And then not a complete night Saturday night, since from Matthew's gospel, he rose from the dead just before dawn, just before sunrise. So at this point, I'm thinking it was probably on a Wednesday afternoon that he was crucified, between 12 and 3 their time in the afternoon. So any thoughts on that are welcome. Any comments? Again, it certainly is irrelevant, but as far as when it happened, but it's still a fun thing, and it's still an interesting thing to talk about. But grace and peace.